man. So we're here today with the wonderful, amazing, so glad I got my hands on one. The Physician by Westminster Effects. If you remember, I did the sus preamp through them, the 16, 19, 16, 29, 29, 67. I don't know. Some weird numbers. Anyway, it had both that preamp and this overdrive in that one pedal, and I really love it. I was like, I think that overdrive needs to be used like as an overdrive. So I snagged one of these up. I am not disappointed. It's got a lot of range. It does not go into ridiculous territory. It goes into sculpting territory, which, yes, some of us like to be able to sculpt our tone. So I'm not trying to sound like James Hetfield. I mean, I started off that way 20 some odd years ago. Yes, I've been playing way longer for the shit skill that I have. I get that. Oh, I wasn't supposed to swear. Sorry. But I sound like me. Okay? And I just want to get to my sound. The sound that I like. I don't care if anybody likes my tone. I like my tone. Some days I struggle with the fact that I like my tone because it just doesn't. I listen back to it, I'm like, wow, it felt really good in the room when I was playing, but I listen back to it, I'm like, oh, that ain't that good. But, you know, that's life as a guitar player. We're never happy. That's why there's 8 billion toys that we can slap into 6 million friggin' amps. Yeah. And then there's another 2.6 million VSTs you can use and digital stuff. You know. We have a lot of stuff that we can use. This right here, if you're looking for a good core sculpting overdrive, this thing is phenomenal. I'm going to give you a little taste now of like the quick sculpting you can do. So we're going to turn this thing off. We're going to put everything at noontime. Just to show what it looks like going from nothing to noontime. All right, here we go. See, that is super subtle. To make sure it was on. That's how subtle it is. It just kind of opens up that field just a little bit. So now when you start turning stuff, you're going to get a little bit of change. First thing we'll do is, I believe it's the volume. Make sure I got it in the right place. Yeah, that's the volume right over here. All right, so you crank that volume up, you can get your normal overdrive type thing from it. Here we go. That, my friends, is squeal worthy. All right, so seems like we found out how to squeal. Could turn some of that gain down, but before we do that, we like gain here. We're gonna crank it to the roof, and then we're gonna dial it back so that squeal goes away. Here we go. As you can see, it just sounds really good. Really good. Now we're going to play around with the tone. We're going to dip it all the way down, get it blah, 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 blah. Then we're going to crank it all up and get it ching, 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 ching. Essentially, we're going to go from fat ass to tight ass. All right, here we go. Okay, now we're just going to dial in my tone, or the sound that I would want to get from this. Here we go. Alright, so there we go. I think that sounds good. So let's go back to the regular amp and we'll see the difference, right? Here we go. So there you go. That is The Physician by Westminster Effects. Super awesome company. The guy that owns it is like one of the nicest guys ever. I wish I lived nearby him. He's such a good dude. I'd love to hang out with him sometime. And I see him every year at NAMM, and he's one of the nicest guys ever. I can't say that enough. Always support the good guys. There's a lot of dicks out there making a whole lot of toys. And at the end of the day, not all the time are they making something better. So support the good guys, you know? Support those small companies. I'm not saying not to buy what you don't want to buy, but it feels good knowing you're supporting something where it's hand to mouth, right? Instead of corporate investors. Just saying. Feels better for me. And I'm not lacking tones. I'm not lacking toys. Yeah, good times. Anyhow, huge thanks to Westminster Effects for always making sure I get stuff in a hurry, pretty quick like. And go check them out. By the way, I bought this with my own money. Yeah. Because I liked that side of what it was doing to the preamp so much that I had to have it. Yeah. Yeah. Not everything's free, folks. Support those who support you. In anything in life. You know what I'm saying? If you work at McDonald's, they're supporting you. Don't be an asshole. Do a good job. All right. Very cool. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, and if you are and you're not a subscriber, come on, man, help me out. Hit that subscribe button. Very cool. Catch you next video. Later.